How you doing?
It's Thursday, so it's good. One more day to go.
Lordy, lordy, lordy. One more day to go is right. All right, guys. Hello, 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 and welcome to the commentary zone. Welcome as you come into the chat. Please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up. We really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified every time we put out new content. So, on the docket today, we have the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 11, Episode 22, Reunion Part 2.
Yes. What did you think? What were your thoughts on it?
I was bored.
Okay, at least I wasn't. I watched it and it went by quick. I'm not gonna be mad at that, but it was just like I didn't get much out of it, to be honest. I mean, the questions to me they were solid questions, but Erika gave very minimal answers. So I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I learned anything overall.
Yeah.
And what I did learn, I really didn't care about. Like, first thing is like, for example, Erika giving all her paychecks to Tom. Are you serious? I'm sorry. No, no. I can't see her doing. I can't see her doing it.
Yeah, and then Garcelle saying for your whole career, like
Right.
what?
The whole thing.
But yet you can't answer the question with how did you get the funds to lease a car, get pass a credit check to get a rental, and move out of your home.
But it was
How'd
all
you get
legal
those
though.
funds?
But it was all legal though.
It
But
was
she couldn't
all
talk about it. But she couldn't talk about it. Like what?
And another part where I kind of checked out is that the reoccurring theme from this season, the three stupid ears, Kyle, Lisa, and Dorit, were there trying to validate Erika whenever
Everything.
possible. Like from even with Kyle, oh my god, I have a friend, and when she saw that footage of Tom, like it really made her think of her mom, and those were the signs, I'm like, wait, what? You got a person right there on the stage, Crystal, whose dad had it, but ain't nobody asking her nothing.
Nope.
And what got me, the only thing that really gave me pleasure was Sutton's face throughout this entire episode. It was just like I was just like, she doesn't believe a word that's being said here.
No.
What is going on with these three stupid ears? I don't get it. And then I nearly turned off the whole thing when the Lisa part came on because I didn't give a flying crap about that. That's it. Oh, and then when Dorit was boring Andy to sleepy time because I was trying to stifle a yawn myself. But yeah, it was a boring episode.
And then Noah said he doesn't have dementia. What we were saying at the party in 2020, he still wasn't as bad as they both claimed. And then another thing I saw was the simple fact that story changed again. The car story, and no one called that out.
Yeah, like now she found him.
Correct.
And what did she take a photo of and send to the doctor? Because I played it back 3 times and I kept on hearing breaks. Are breaks like medical jargon for the flip chart that's at the back of the bottom of the bed in the hospital? Like, I didn't know what she was taking a picture of to send to her doctor friend who told her it's okay, don't give him surgery.
Right. And what doctor would say not to surgery? And what doctor would tell you? I understand that.
Who's giving a professional opinion with a photograph?
Exactly.
mind you, I'm only doing this based on Dr. Pimple Popper because during the panorama, she did photographs and then she still made them come to that tent out in her
Yep.
parking lot. So I don't know. Probably took pictures of x-rays with fractures. But then why the brakes? Ow! Thank you, Kelly Swat. Okay, so now it's making
That
sense
makes sense.
to but he said he would do it a week later?
He said he would take care of it. God.
Like, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Maybe it's just I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to figure out this story. I don't care anymore. Yeah. This episode was done for me.
Let's get to the mistresses though. There's 3 that she knows of.
And one she found out on the day she was leaving.
Right. So he magically left his phone at the house. That's why I didn't understand. Like, you left when he wasn't there. Based on your story, that means he left his phone at the house. Really?
See, I took it that she looked at the phone while he was still there because she said she drove him to work that morning, right? So maybe he was getting ready and she looked at the phone and then she was like, okay, if I was reconsidering this decision, I'm not doing it no more. She sent the message and said, come on, honey, let's go to work. That was the only thing that I made sense of in my head. I don't know.
I figured, look, cause she moved while he was gone. He had gone into work. Cause she said he had gone into work. And my thing is like, he left the phone there. Okay. I'm like, okay, maybe if he's that bold to leave the phone there again, hey, it is what it is.
Or maybe he wanted her to find it. He's a crafty
Probably.
old devil.
And the fact that she said he has a flip phone, she's like, I can't figure out how to put a space in there, so it was a run-on sentence. I'm like, okay. That was hilarious.
Wasn't the space down at the bottom
The
where the
bottom.
0 was?
Yes.
Okay, girl. Whatever.
I mean, with this was so boring. We might as well go character by character to just get it out the way. Let's start with Crystal. I mean, like you said, they asked her no questions. She didn't say much. She only spoke when spoken to.
But
I wish
that
they asked her
wasn't
more.
even a segment on Crystal. It was a
Right.
segment on Lucy. So
Right.
what are we talking about? Lucy, funny as hell. Next.
We trying to give Lucy a diamond and make Crystal a friend of Lucy? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm just saying get rid of Crystal.
And who was sitting next to Crystal? Was it Lisa?
It. And did you see the piece of thread popped off the top of her collar and like the bee was getting ready to come off? Child. But I will say this in her defense, all of those like sequins and beaded pieces, they all do become a mess after the first time you wear them.
Well, yeah, because especially if you're sitting for that long, I mean, stuff is going to fall off eventually because it's so much like overlay, beaded words, sequence, yeah, it's going to come off. And then what is there anything? They brought up the fact that she talks a lot, and she's I give a lot of detail. I'm very detail oriented, but not you should be that detail oriented in conversation. Cut to the chase. Keep it moving.
Andy proved it by yawning.
But when he said I was holding back a yawn, but you're not boring me. I'm like, oof.
I loved it that she said, "Am I boring you?" Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, you ain't got nothing to say.
Well, when you don't have a storyline, it is what it is.
I'm gonna need them to come up with them tax issues. I'm sorry. I want to know how y'all owe taxes again.
Did he have another, or you think he'll go into another bankruptcy to avoid the taxes?
Well, it's like $290K if I recall correctly, and then I think it's something with California taxes and taxes on the house or something.
You mean the house that they haven't sold yet?
Pretty much.
Maybe they'll pay that off once they sell it.
Probably.
Mm-mm.
And then next to Dorit was Lisa Rinna.
Lisa. Next.
No, she gave Andy some sauce, which you know they make that up. You know Harry got that in the cooler silver as gifts for Rinna. We all know, we understand.
That is a bottle of Classico sauce that they bought from the supermarket and melted off the label and said, "Here you go, Andy."
I'm mad at you for that.
And let me tell you, he ain't eating that because you heard what he said. Now I just have to try and figure out how to get this back home.
Right.
Code word for it's going in the trash because the TSA said it took it from me.
You right. You're right. I ain't mad at you.
Oh, let's go back to Dorit. She defended her dress line, and when somebody had a question about her $35,000 frock, she said it's a luxury line, and that was the showstopper of the collection. But most of her gowns averaged to
6 to 8 thousand.
8. Yeah, 6 to 8 thousand. There's a place called David's Bridals.
You love your Davis bridal.
I love a bargain. Okay, there's a place called David's Bridals. You can find it online, and I'm sure you can find something similar at a lower price point, and probably the same man hours to make it. Just saying. Okay, so Lisa, she brought the sauce. She
Is it
talked about the
bad?
breakup. Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is bad. I just put in for Google. I put in Dorit wedding dress, and
Mm-hmm.
the first thing that pops up is Davis bridal. I'm just like, that makes no sense. Okay, whatever.
Oh my God. Davis Bridals owns the algorithm. I don't care.
It has to.
Oh my
So
Lord.
I'm on Nectaria. I mean, it's cute.
I'm not saying that they're not cute. But again, if you can get something similar at a better price point, just saying. Unless it's your dream to always have worn a frock by Dorit on your wedding day, then have at it.
I mean, her stuff is it's pricey for what it is, but I'm not mad at it though.
Look up, the guy from Say Yes to the Dress. What's his name?
Monty.
No, not Monty, the New York one.
Oh, I haven't seen the
The
New York
Monty
one.
equivalent.
I haven't seen the New York one. Not gonna lie.
What? Well, he just
Mm-mm.
he relaunched his wedding dress line because he had one
Mm-hmm.
many years ago, and then he joined Kleinfeld's
Oh.
and was their some style director or something like that for many years. Was on this show, and then a couple of years ago he decided to start a new restart his wedding dress line again. Does anybody remember his name? Randy Finoli. Check out Randy at Say Yes to the Dress wedding dresses. He does really nice wedding dresses at a reasonable price point that like I can afford. It's a little bit above David's Bridal, but it's not like I'm going to have to like give up the down payment on a house or car to get this dress. Yeah, he has pretty gowns. I like his gowns. You can get everything from classic, elegant, simple to stuff that's like over the top. I haven't seen them in person to see the quality, but need a ring for I need a ring first too. I need an actual human being partner, and then the ring, and then maybe an outfit. Mm-mm. But yeah, what else did Lisa talk about?
Oh,
So wait, her
her.
mom is now having memory issues because she
That's
lumped
what she's
Lois
saying.
into that.
That's what she's trying to say. But Lisa's also talking about how Amelia and Scott broke up, and you know who you know who initiated the breakup. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, I loved it when Kyle said first, when she gave that sauce, don't forget as soon as right after you eat it, to send a thank you. And Garcelle said, no, drop everything you're doing right now and get the thank you. Send the thank you. I was like,
Hmm.
good. I think Kyle and Garcelle have created a little alliance because I think she ratted out Lisa last episode with the racial comments,
Hmm.
about not bringing up race on the show. And I noticed that when Kathy broke down, like she was Garcelle was helping to console her, and like at one point I swear I saw them holding hands or something. I could be wrong. Um but yeah, I think that those three might be in a little alliance, and even bringing in, like, Kyle is tag teaming with Garcelle, and maybe Kathy tag teaming with what's she name, Sutton.
I could see it because you could just tell Kathy's not feeling some of the ladies. You could tell.
Yeah. Today, I'm sorry, I'm just so pissed. Today is one of those days that I'm getting nothing but back-to-back spam calls. I think I've I think I've had 21 for the morning.
Yeah, they come out of the gates.
I've
They on
had
their job.
3 since this show started.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm just so annoyed. I don't even pay attention to my phone normally because and the thing is, if somebody calls me and it's urgent, I'm not even going to pay attention to my phone. My cell phone is usually turned on silent, and my house phones, yeah, I still have a house phone, y'all, but it's a voice over internet protocol line. But yeah, even that's turned off. So annoying, so annoying. If anyone has any tips on spam calls, send them our way, please. What else with Lisa Rinna?
Nothing.
All right, so let's skip Erika and just go to the other couch. I don't think Sutton said. Did she say anything this episode? It was just facial
No, it was just
expressions.
facial expressions.
And I think she agreed with one thing on with Erika with regards to the forensic, because Kyle
Accountant.
tried to loop Sutton in, saying, Sutton didn't even know that she had a baseball team until she got divorced. And she goes, well, divorces bring up a lot of things that
Mm-hmm.
were unknown. And she goes, that leads to my point with regards to the forensic accountants who can help uncover stuff. That's what I was talking about. And she is correct, because when she brought that up, that big article hadn't dropped yet, I don't think. She was actually still on Erika's side, telling her, you need to get what's owed to you after 2 decades.
Right.
But anywho, that was the only thing she said. And then Garcelle was a bunch of looks too.
Well, mm-hmm. Okay. Got
Uh-huh.
it. I understand.
I understood the anger. I think that's the one thing
Right.
she agreed with Erika on. Um, that was it, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then Kathy is out there. She has a complete breakdown at the end. Because they're talking about her mom.
Which it seems like her and her mom are very close. So I so completely understood. Completely
Mm-hmm.
understood. And I think with Kathy, she understands her mother had a reputation, but she never wants to see her mom talked about in a bad light. No matter, because the mom did what she had to do for her girls, so she understood that.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand Kathy. Like I think you could just tell Kathy and her mom, their mom were super close. Like no denying that. So I think she's probably when things come with her family, it's like it's tough for her because she knows her mom wouldn't want these divisions to happen, but since her mom's not here to play buffer, she's the oldest sister. She kind of feels like she's failed her mom in some way. That's what I took from it, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was hard to see her break down like that. But it did give us an up close of that beautiful bracelet she had on.
True.
That's what I focused on. But it's good that her and Kyle reconciled. I will say that siblings should not be not talking for 10
Not
years.
10 years
I did not realize it was that long.
and being disinvited
Mm,
or not invited at all.
right? Not being able. Oh, well, she did get to go to the Rothschild wedding, but I
Yeah,
don't think
Mauricio could go.
Mauricio could go.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, could not go, and that's why she struggled because like, do I side with my sister and go, or do I like leave out my own family?
Mm-hmm.
And she had to make the
Mm-hmm.
choice to go by herself.
Yep. But she wanted to be there. You know, Kyle was not going to give up that opportunity to be at that wedding. So
Mm-mm.
I don't think that was any argument. She was like, Mauricio, you fucked up. You stay home. I'm buying a whole outfit, new Birkin, new shoes, and I am trotting on over to that wedding.
Well, she could not go because her and Nikki were so close.
Well, Nikki was the one who begged for that invitation because I bet you anything at the beginning, neither one of the two of them Umanskis was going.
Well, here's the thing, Kyle. It's like to me the way it seemed like it was always set up like, oh, okay, Kyle, either you both can go or you both not coming. I think it was always a choice. It's like you can come, he can't. I think that was just the ground rules.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Tracy.
Tracy.
Mm.
Send love to Tracy. Aw. You know, oh wait, I almost forgot during the Lisa segment the shameless peacock plug of that
Right. I was like,
stupid
oh,
show. The kind of like it's a Days of Our Life spinoff that's on Peacock, back to Salem or in Salem, something
back to, I think
Salem.
it's back. I think it's back to somebody.
Yeah, and Eileen and Lisa are on it, and they're kind of replaying a scene
Right. That was
from
so bad. That was
the
bad.
Amsterdam trip.
No, that was Tokyo.
That was Tokyo?
That was Tokyo. Wasn't it Tokyo?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was Tokyo.
Tokyo,
Amsterdam was with Brandy, wasn't it?
but isn't that where they were coming after Lisa's husband and she flipped out and did the glass thing?
So the glass thing. Okay, was this the trip that Erika flipped out on Eileen?
That was
That
Tokyo.
was Tokyo.
But
Okay,
this was Kim going after Eileen
so
and Lisa.
that is Amsterdam. You're right.
Yeah.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, yeah, because the Tokyo trip was Erika wigging
Cause
out
Kyle
on
ran out.
Eileen
Cause Kyle ran out to the
and
restaurant. That's right.
Lisa accusing It of the
Right.
booger sugar in the bathroom.
Right. And Kyle ran out of the restaurant, so that was Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
Cause remember Lisa threw the glass and she ran. I'm sorry.
Kyle don't like no loud noises at all.
Mm-mm.
Thank you, Kelly. One of the best. Yes, I agree with this. It was one of the best scenes ever, and then to see it replayed on back in Salem or whatever it's called, it looked so campy. I was just like, "Oh God, really?" I thought that was a great scene, but whatever. The caliber of actresses on this show. Anywho, then was there anything with Kyle other than her giving testimony to Erika?
Mm-mm.
That was
Mm-mm.
it.
That was it.
And then it was but I did notice uh, a little hiccup with editing. It was at the end and it concerned the tissue. She had a tissue in her hand midway during the segment, and then
Mm-hmm.
at the end she was like, hold up, hand me that tissue. She didn't have none. So they are moving around the order of these questions. They are spreading them out over all 4 miserable episodes of this reunion.
Child,
Wait, what was
do
the leg
better,
toss?
Aviva.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah. I forgot. These shows are so dumb.
Pretty much.
Oh my god. What's the best scene with the guys?
Oh, when Joe tackled Joe in Arizona.
Oh, the
The two
fight,
two
the
two
two
Joe the
boy
fight.
fights. Okay.
Right.
All right. Oh.
Flying tackle.
And then the hair color came off. Remember Joe Gorga was doing spray on hair at the time, and when
Uh,
they fought and they were broken apart, uh, Joe Giudice is like, "What the fuck is this all over me?" And all of his hair had wiped off. Y'all,
mm,
y'all remember that?
I think
And then the
another
next season, he came back with his head shaved.
right, and then another guy won. What was it? What was it? Oh, it was to me it was Michael and Chris, or actually it was just Michael. Michael, Juan's not marrying, and then later, he and Chris Bassett get into it.
That was at the engagement party, right?
Yes,
Mm. I'm having all sorts of issues today, y'all. I'm so sorry.
and then the sexy nights party at Nini's.
Oh, I'm
That
gonna
was a
drag you up in this bitch.
yeah. Candy. That's another one. And the guys started fighting. Apollo attacked. Somebody attacked Brandon, and they was. I think yeah, it was
Yes.
Apollo. It was Apollo like beating up on Brandon, and then yeah, that was a whole mess.
Oh my god. Thank you, love. Thank you. Oh my lord. I'm such a catastrophe today. There's been some really good scenes on this. Okay. All right. Do we have anything else to talk about, Erika?
I mean, I like when Andy said like told her I know how much you make on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Then he asked her. He's like, well, so he's like, well, aren't you like if you had left, or wouldn't you be entitled to half the assets? She's all right. I'm on the hook for half the liability and half the asset. He's like, well, you didn't know about any liabilities at that time, did you?
But she was stressing, she kept on stressing the liabilities, and
Right,
he had to counter back, but
right.
also the assets. So it was in
No,
a rebuttal. Like,
no. He did. That was the first time around. But remember, he came back to her and said, "Yes,
mhm,
but you didn't know." He said he went
yeah.
back like, "No, I'm talking about to back then." He's like, "But you didn't know there were any liabilities on the account. You didn't know there were any liabilities." Andy, you know you shady and wrong for that. So basically, he asked her like, "Did you know?"
But
So
here's
because
my thing. And you see, with this question, this was the only question that there was follow up. because she was very evasive in all of her answers. I don't think she ever quite answered anything, truth be told, even down to the panties. But I wish that it was somebody like Stephanie Rule from MSNBC, or who's a good Don Lemon, who knows how to hit with that follow up. And what I like about Stephanie Rule is that if she asks you a question and you start, trailing away, she'll cut you off. That's not what I asked you. My question was, because they've got these little short segments, you know what I mean? And she's one of these people that nobody intimidates her, and she really wants to know the response to her question. But here's the thing. I agree with you, Yanni. He did not care about the follow-up. But if NBC or Universal or Comcast or whoever the hell the owner company is had their foot on his neck saying, you got to come with these questions.
Right.
Then if you got to come with the questions, then why are you letting the answer fall by the wayside? Do you not think we deserve, well, yeah, we do deserve some of these answers, because we watch 20 fucking episodes of Claptrap. Okay, next week is more about Erika, and she's snippy for sure. So, isn't that funny? I'll be typing. Debbie says it out loud. I don't know. It's just, look, I think we all come together in this little corner, this little nook of YouTube, because we're all of similar minds on certain subjects. And we've talked about this for several weeks now, and we just, I would like to hear, am I one of the people who are impacted? No. But I watched that Housewife and Hustler thing, so I'm kind of like, what about, I know the victims, or some of the victims now. They have faces, they have names. And I would like to know, they didn't care either if she told all the truth. No one will care to watch next season in case they tell new stuff. Ooh.
Yeah, and she got that raise too, because she has to say something for next season.
Not at my expense though, because I turn this shit off. I don't know. Oh, just hitting like, oh, thank you so much. Don't get in trouble at work though.
Exactly.
Turn us off. You can watch it later on replay. Yeah, I just, I'm on the side of replacing Andy as host.
Of course.
I mean, for everything, like, I want these reunions, like, I want people to be held accountable for their behavior during this season.
You know who I would like to host the Beverly Hills reunion, but it would be extremely messy? Camille. Have Camille host Beverly Hills reunion, because she don't give a damn.
You know who else I just thought of? What about Todd Chrisley?
Todd Chrisley should do Atlanta.
Yeah.
Todd Chrisley should do Atlanta.
And maybe even Potomac.
Yeah. That would be hilarious.
Who could we get to do Salt Lake City? We need somebody with a legal background. Ebony K. Williams.
Nah, she's on New York, so I would want. I'm trying to think. Salt Lake
no, but we
City.
need a prosecutor.
Oh, I got you. Let's get Ronald Richards.
No, I don't like the sound of his voice.
Oh, okay. Salt Lake City, a prosecutor. I'm trying to think.
Were there any? Can we bring in the barrister from Melbourne?
Gina. That would be such a mess.
I would
Gina.
love it. I would
Gina.
love it. Bring in the barrister.
Yeah,
I
that would be
just,
good.
yes. Okay. Dallas isn't coming back.
Mm-mm.
New York. Who could we get for New York?
Outside of Bethany, because that would be a holler.
She
That would be a.
wouldn't do it though.
She wouldn't. She would do it for the right check. She would do it for the. She would do it for the right
That
check.
would break the bank at Bravo.
Whoopi Goldberg. I wouldn't be mad at her.
Or even Messi or Joy Behar.
Oh, not Joy. Not Joy. Good Lord.
Joy would be cracking on all of them.
Oh, Tracy's like, when is the launch? Tracy, do you mean of the second channel?
We had a slight technical issue trying to connect it to our StreamYard. So we're still working on it. I'm hoping this might go down to crunch time tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying all day today and into tomorrow, but we'll keep you posted for sure. I thought I had it, but I didn't.
Right now we're scheduling it for 3 Eastern, so 12 Pacific.
Yeah. So keep your fingers crossed for me that something goes my way. All right. So anything else regarding this stupid episode?
Nah.
Thank you, Tracy. All right. So I wanted to ask you, have you you've seen everybody talking about the new Housewives book, Not All Diamonds and Rose or some crap that's published by Andy's publishing house?
Excuse me, I've heard of it.
I didn't want to cave into this, but now I'm thinking I just might.
You might buy the book.
I say buy it. I'm
Rent
thinking
it?
about contacting a friend of mine who be getting bootleg books.
I'm not paying for it.
Why should I give more money to Andy Cohen? And as cute as little baby Benjamin is, yeah. I don't know. Sunshinery, there's a new book coming out. I think the title is Not All Diamonds and Rose. What's the real title, Jamal? Because I get things wrong.
Let's see. It says Not All Diamonds and Rose, the inside story of the Real Housewives from the people who lived it.
Right. And the author is something Quinn or Quinn
Dave
something?
Dave
Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's launching, I think, this week. I think Amazon is back ordered. Barnes and Nobles is back ordered for the hardcover. And I think you could only get it digitally. This author has interviewed everybody from Andy to a lot of the housewives to get behind the scenes, details of what it's like to be on these shows. Like today I heard on another YouTube channel, I think it was Kempire, he reported on how Croy Bierman showed up to the reunion of Atlanta with a firearm. Mind you, Georgia is an open carry state, but would you come into a reunion with that? And remember the whole meltdown with Kim on there, and Andy admitted to, like, it was the first time he had ever felt threatened. He thought that Croy was going to hit him, but he didn't know until after all of that went down that production had to tell Croy to leave his firearm in the vehicle. And I'm just like, this is just Housewives. Why are we showing up with
weapons,
with stuff? It's just weird. And then there's also after the whole Candace and Monique fight, the three different viewpoints of what happened. Like Monique said that she spoke to Andy and he listened to what she said and gave, she felt supported. And then he said she was pleading her case to him. And then Candace says she called his assistants and never got a phone call back, and she was feeling iced out and no support and isolated, and that it's such a shame that he makes his money off of the backs of these housewives for him and his son, and he don't care nothing about them. And I'm paraphrasing.
But
So,
you're an employee, so that's the way it works. I'm going to
but
need you to
again,
understand real
there's
life.
blurred lines with Andy. He should not be friends with these women. These are work associates, and in some way, he's like a boss.
But
You
here's the thing, though.
can't
That's
talk
not
to
fair to
one
say
and
that,
not
though.
the other.
It's not fair to put it that way. It's more like you can be friends with your boss and you can be friends with your subordinates, but when it comes down to business, you have to put that aside and and look at it from a neutral standpoint. And I'm not going to even put this on Andy. Where is your HR department?
But not even that. If you're going to talk to one, you have to talk to the other. Don't ignore the other.
That's why it's HR. That's why HR. That's why your HR department handles these things.
But all of these women have gotten into the habit of just having Andy on speed dial.
Right.
Why?
Because he
Why?
allows it. But I think that's what happens with entertainment, though, particularly reality TV, is because it's really more like a family situation because technically they're not employees. They're not employees. They're contract employees, which is different.
Mm-hmm.
So when I notice when there's contract employees, it's more familiar. It's more familiar than if you were like strict corporation boss employees.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just found it very intriguing, the three different viewpoints
Right.
from that trio. Hey. Oh, and Tracy, if you're interested in it, if you like the spoken word better, there might be an audio book. They usually have it with the Amazon options. Damn, I'm like, oh, and Sunshinery is it $14.99 for the Kindle version? I'm assuming because Andy probably wants $30 for that piece of claptrap. Hey, larger curves.
I'm not mad at Andy because because Andy gets the coins. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna sit here and be mad at him for that.
Oh, and
But
he also made derogatory comments regarding that fight, saying that this ain't Love and Hip Hop or the Bad Girls Club. I swore we talked about a lot of other fights and bad behavior, violent behavior in the
a
lead
lot
up
of
to
fights.
this. How come our girls from Potomac got to be called Love and Hip Hop? Not that there's anything wrong with Love and Hip Hop, but why it just got to be about that? I didn't like that. I see. This is why I don't want to pay for that book, because if this is like a glow up for Andy, I'm not having it. I don't want to contribute to that. Let me text my friend.
Might as well.
Let me text my friend. I have no shame. Like, I'm interested in the book. Like, I don't know. What do y'all think, y'all? Y'all think it's gonna be a waste of time if I get the book?
I
I
would
can't
just
remember
wait.
the last time I read. Oh
Mm,
God.
I think it might be worth the read because it's not from Andy. It's like it's somebody else compiling all of their interviews and research. So they're probably gonna come from a different perspective.
But he promoting it though. It's from his publishing house.
Of course.
Is he really gonna let anything that's derogatory or putting him in a bad light be published?
But Andy's been put in the bad light for years. He don't care.
He don't
Let's be
care.
honest. He
Okay.
don't care. Good, bad, it's publicity for him. He's Andy Cohen. He don't care. He's not he's not he's not um he's not phased because any publicity brings him money.
Okay, I'm asking a question. No, it's good. I'm doing a book club starts on Tuesday. Oh, you're doing the Not All Diamonds and Rose? Larger curves. I'm looking for Not as Rose. And what's the author's name? David Quinn?
Dave Quinn.
Dave Quinn?
Mm-hmm.
Bye, Kelly. Thanks for stopping by. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I'm hearing all of the little like pre-releases on the book and what kind of what was I saying? Oh my god, I'm so busy here trying to see if I
You've
can
been
get
hearing
a
the
free
scuttle.
copy of something.
Right. You've been hearing the scuttle button.
Oh my god, my friend's laughing at me. Um we'll be reading, it starts Tuesday, a couple chapters a week. It'll be fun. Oh. Oh, sugar snaps. What time on Tuesday? Let everybody in the chat know so that we could come over and if I could get a bootleg copy.
Which you can send to me. Just saying. I mean, if it's gonna be bootleg, why not?
Oh my god. I wish it was Audible, but I'm wishing to read it for the T. Oh my lord. Oh dear. Well, there goes that idea of the Audible. I don't know. I'm interested to see what else is in it. It's piqued my interest with the little snips that have dropped, and conveniently so, they're dropping these things during like a current reunion, and we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have another reunion with Potomac coming up soon.
Yep.
Great time to drop a book, Andy.
Exactly. And what else is there? I think there's nothing else I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
They've been acting up on um Instagram lately, so I'm just compiling things for the show next week, which I'm excited about. I follow a whole bunch of pages on Twitter as well, so this is gonna be some fun stuff. They are literally cutting up on the Instagram. I think they're behaving on Twitter right now, but I have to go over there and check it out.
Oh my god. And these
And
are these are your not friends, but these are the pages that you follow on Instagram. They're acting the fool.
well, they're reporting things about the ladies acting full, like Lisa. You know, the producers now are claiming that Lisa Vanderpump leaks Puppygate
Oh yeah,
because
that was one of the other things that
yeah,
they dropped.
yeah. So I'm just following the pages
Oh,
and
I
compiling
thought we
stuff.
knew that.
Well, no, we didn't know it was her. We assumed it was alleged. Now producers are coming
Oh.
out and saying that it was.
Oh, I thought we always knew that.
We just thought it.
Well, who else would want to? Okay, never mind.
No, we like common sense says this, but without proof, you can't really say yeah, this was so and so.
Oh yeah, because the newspaper or whatever rag it was that she dropped it to said that she didn't do it, right? They came out in defense of her.
Right, it depends.
Aha. Okay. Alrighty. So any other hot topics related to this?
Nope, we're good.
We're good. All right. So tomorrow we're doing Whitney and hopefully doing the. Do you want to combine Whitney and Chantal?
Yeah, we can do that. I'm completely fine
Okay.
with that.
All right. So I'll schedule that show sometime this afternoon, right after I watch both episodes. Oh, that reminds me. I don't think Heidi's doing her show tonight, right?
I don't think so.
Perfect. Okay. Because I haven't watched that either. Is anybody keeping up with Married at First Sight Houston? I know you're not, Jamal. I just want this season to be over. This was a dud for me. None of the couples should have been matched. Ablavi, are you watching Married at First Sight? Tracy, what? I thought I was the only loser watching it. Oh my God. Okay, so anything else, my friend?
No, we are good. And just as a reminder to everyone that we are starting a new show next week. It'll be very short. And I'm compiling stuff I see already. So we're gonna do like three or four topics, and so it'll be a short show, but it'll be fun.
Okay.
It'll be fun because they acting up.
Make sure you save graphics.
No, I'm screenshotting everything so I know where to find it.
Oh, good Lord.
Right? Whoever thought we would get this far? Cause they acting crazy on the Instagrams.
On the
So
Instagrams. Okay. Good Lord. Well, at least you can keep up. I do not. All right.
I'm just picking out the fun stuff.
Just the fun stuff?
Just the fun
Okay.
stuff.
Jesus. All right, my friend. Until next time.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.